Welcome to the online lecture series on 8051 microcontroller. In this video lecture, we shall see one more program. Subtract the contents of RAM location 30H from 40H. Okay. If the result is 0, okay, after subtraction, if the difference is 0, you have to set the parity flag. And if the result is non-zero, you have to clear the parity flag. Okay. So basically what you should perform is you should perform 40H minus 30H. Fine. Read the question properly. Subtract the contents of RAM location 30H from 40H. Okay. So let's start writing the program. So I will initialize some data into locations 30H and 40H. Okay. So say move 40H comma hash 20H. I will copy the same data to check for the first condition. Move 30H comma hash 20H. Okay, now that I have moved the data, next I have to subtract. Okay, as we have seen, we have only one subtract instruction, that is subtract with borrow, and the destination is always the accumulator. Okay, that's why I will copy the contents of 40H into the accumulator. Secondly, the subtract instruction I have is subtract with borrow, SUBB. Okay, that's why before subtraction you should always clear the borrow flag. Okay, so this is the second important point you should note down. Fine. Then I will say subtract with borrow A comma 30H. So once you subtract, all the conditional flags will be affected. Okay, now so the first part is over. Subtracting the contents of 30H from 40H. We took some data into 40H and 30H. I have taken the same data such that the result is 0. Okay, then since accumulator is always the destination in subtract instruction, so I have moved the destination content into accumulator. Secondly, we have only subtract with borrow. That's why when you perform normal subtraction, you should always clear the borrow flag. Though it looks that you are clearing the carry flag, it is actually functionally a borrow flag. Now, after this, you have to check for the result. Okay, if the result is 0, then you have to set the parity flag. And if the result is non-zero, you have to clear the parity flag. What will you do? So you have two instructions, jump on 0 and jump on non-zero. Okay, so these two instructions you can use. How do this instruction works? These instructions are conditional branching instructions. They basically check for the content of accumulator. So jump on 0, it checks for the contents of accumulator. So if the contents of accumulator are equal to 0, then a branching is done. Jump on non-zero, it is opposite of this. If the contents of accumulator are non-zero, then it makes a branching. So it depends upon you, either you use jump on 0 or jump on non-zero. So whichever you use, but see that you have written the proper logic. So I will say jump on 0. So if the result is 0, what should I do? I should set the parity flag. So I will branch to an address and set the parity flag. So set parity. Fine. But if it is not equal to 0, I have to clear the parity flag. So clear P. Okay. But if it is 0, what should I do? I have to set with the parity flag. So as usual, after this instruction, I don't want this instruction to be executed. So I will say sjump here. Okay, so the last instruction is always a infinite loop. Sjump here and the label is on the same side, then the end. Fine. Let us compile this. Okay. Zero errors and zero warnings. Remember, only if there are zero errors, you should proceed for debugging the code. Okay. Fine. So we have two memory locations, 40H and 30H. So in 40H you can see 20H is copied. Then in memory location 30H, 20H is copied. So the contents of 40H is copied to accumulator. Okay. Carry flag is cleared. Basically you are clearing the borrow. Then you are performing the subtraction. So accumulator contains 20H and memory location 30H also contains 20H. Okay. So once you perform, you can see the contents of accumulator are 0. Okay. So if the result is 0, what should you do? You have to set the parity flag. Currently parity flag is 0. Okay, that it is even parity. So you are checking for the contents of accumulator. Now the contents of the accumulator are 0. So what will you do? So this condition will be true and you will set the parity flag and it will end the code. As you can see, since this condition is true, a branching is done and the parity flag is set. Okay. If you take the second condition, let me make this as 40H. Okay, I will compile the code, debug the code. Now let us see. Okay, so in this I am performing 40H minus 20H. Okay, so when I perform, see the result is 20H. It's a non-zero number. Okay, so hence this condition will be false. Okay, and the next instruction following the jump on zero instruction will be executed, because now the contents of accumulator are non-zero and the parity flag will be clear. Okay. So that's about this program. Okay. So the only way that you can learn programming is by writing more and more programs. Okay. So you have to sit in front of the PC. You have to write. You will do mistakes but from that mistakes you will learn. There is no other way. Okay.